One good thing about nice weather is getting your ducks all in a row. Look at this. I mentioned before, somebody challenged me about how many tires we own. You know what? This trailer is half full of tires. You don't want them just sitting out in the sun rotting if you're not needing them on something. Oh, there's a set of tires on a frame we brought home also. But this has been our equipment parking space, and you can see it from the road over there. And there's a creek behind us that's all wooded. But for the most part, it sure beats having everything spread out all over. Things are all lined up like we're gonna have an auction. People in the neighborhood are talking about us to see what's going on. They've been seeing me coming and going with furniture. They thought we were moving out. You know, I've told you all how much that our coon hay tedder has helped us over the time that we've had it. We're just down at the neighbor's checking on a repair job that he is doing. His threaded rod that controls the tilt for transport mode got stripped, and so he had to bring it back from the field on the flatbed trailer and wait for the part to come. So he's been, you know, kind of down on his ability to do the tedding and just having to do it the way we used to, where you just, you know, leave it there for an extra day. So he's on the ground in his shop, 70 years old, just had his birthday, under the hay tedder, getting things done. If you remember, I just mentioned this tedder and this neighbor in one of our last hay videos about the tires wearing out from going on asphalt. He's got a brand new tire right there. This is a factory tire, I can tell right there. I can't see that tire. Yeah, that's a factory tire too. And then he's got a newer tire out here also. So, you know, they really don't do well with that going on the asphalt. Like he said, he's already replaced 2 of them. I don't know how old his machine is, but he's got his parts, and of course there's no coon dealership close by. They were looking at the parts, and the parts say New Holland for the replacements on them. But I just thought it was interesting, right where my husband and son are standing right now. You can look, he must have had tire trouble on his tractor too. And this is really surprising for him. He's got the 4-bar tread on this one and the 2-bar tread on that. And I think that is an old 4430 diesel tractor, the John Deere's. Bethany's in there sweeping his shop for him. She couldn't wait to get out. We had to run to the post office, so we were just kind of all out together and seeing what was going on. Nothing good came in the mail today. Being mom, farm wife, livestock manager, and everything else, I've got my hands full on top of all the painting. I'm up in the hayloft right now, and the main floor is still full of furniture. I've been a little slow on being able to get some things painted because of trying different paints and seeing what I like. Nothing will stick to shiny paint, and I don't care what all these chalk paint people say. They all try to proclaim that you can just throw on the paint without any sanding or prepping, but when you're talking especially dining room tables and chairs, the profit margin is really high. But on the other hand, I'm having to put way too much time into stripping off or sanding that poly finish or varnish that's over the top, because even the chalk paint, you do a scratch test and it's coming right off, and I don't want any dissatisfied customers for the amount of profit I'm gaining on these. Nobody needs any negative impact in their business, whether it's in furniture painting or in farming. So we're having a great harvest of hay. We're up here in the loft. That beginning shot was yesterday morning, and it was creeping up from 74 to 85 degrees within about an hour. George was up, nobody else was up. That means Mom and Dad could not come out and stack the hay. He did come out at one point and he was told, sit on this bale, do nothing else. I am so concerned about farm safety when it comes to the kids that we just rather not even have them outside, and it's just best to have them supervised in the house with the doors locked. However, he is going to be 4 in just a few weeks, and he knows how to figure out those locks, so he has to be watched and babysat. In the meantime, I've been busy doing other things, and normally I have this all swept out and clean. If you watch the video of cleaning out and getting this barn loft ready last year, perfectly clean, all really nice. A little harder to do this year because I've got a tractor park right down here. I've had a little bit of surplus hay parked on the dry floor, a trash pump, a hay tarp, this and that, and I've had no place to sweep this out to. Jack and I and Dad are about the only ones that can really handle the dust from doing this kind of job, and there was a few broken bales. Now when you start running the hay elevator, you get even more. You can see the color difference here between the green and the brownish color. It's all feedable, it's all fine for bedding. It's just a little bit dusty. We don't have horses, so that's never a problem. But you start stacking up on top of this, and then it becomes a problem. Then you're not gonna get nice, straight stacks. And we go way up into there. So here's the center beam behind me, and we were way over that. Jack has managed to get this down a little bit more manageable. This is all that's left from last year, and then a little bit in the old pig pens down below. We actually came out really good with management, and we're ahead of the game this year. So we started putting things up. So we started putting up all of our hay yesterday. Let me show you what we've got to do today. Normally, the kids and I always fill the main floor before we start filling the loft so that we can keep our first and second cutting separately. But like I said, with the furniture, I'm just gonna have to put some second cutting down there. We did put some really heavy first cutting bales down there that we were able to move, but a lot of that north field of the first cutting was just too much to contend with. Like I had said in the beginning part, we've just got it covered with a tarp, and we're just feeding from here daily. So he took this morning's feed from that pile, and they had originally said, you know, a week stretch of dry. The cows are loving this. It is so green. But this is one stack here, 105 bales, and then there's another 50 on the stack wagon. You can't dump the stack wagon as it is with a partial load, so we are going to either have to hand unload that today, which, like I said, with that slippery table, it's that part right there is painted silver. That slippy paint that I put on there, oh, it is deadly. My husband was even on it yesterday, and he said, this is impossible. But if you can unload from the back, it's a little easier. The trouble is, it's got a single bale unloader. He's just not taking the time to really fiddle with it too much because you know, that would just be too darn easy. So it's just been years of trying to stand on it and unload it, and just use my curved hay hook to go ahead and get that unloaded. So that's what we're gonna work on today. I went to bed early at 8 p.m. last night and slept soundly for hours. Got up around midnight, took some aspirin, got up this morning around 6 and took some aspirin, again at 9. That heat and those heavy bales really wore this lady out. So we're gonna make a little run to the store to go pick up some paint supplies and maybe some groceries, and just make sure that we have on hand what we need. Like I said, it is a lot of work being farm wife, house manager, and everything all rolled in one. So we're gonna get on with our day, and we'll join you back here for hay putting up.